Hey there guys, this is 88 Shadow Angel here once again, and today I'll be bringing you, as you can see on screen, the Primarch of the Salamanders, Vulkan. Now, I did say in the last vid that I would try and get something a bit niddy on for the next vid, but I kind of just got carried away with painting the big guy. First and foremost, this is an absolutely stunning model. The more I painted and the more I got into the model, the more details I found, and the more bits and pieces I really liked about it. In all honesty, Forge would have really outdone themselves with this model, and I think any Salamanders player should be, really wanting this model, as I'm sure they are. Saying that, I hear, as with all, you hear so many things about saying that, each Forge World Primarch they do, it's always the best one and things like this. Personally, I have no interest in that conversation, because there's always something about each Primarch that I love, and things like that, so don't even bother asking. But no, anyway, back onto the mod. So, as you can see with this, I've kind of gone back through a lot of bits and pieces and trying to find artwork and bits of fluff that describe Vulkan's armour, as I've done with every other Primarch so far. And all of them mention that he has quite nice dark-ish green armour, as well as obviously the Drake cloak and all this. So, just to talk on the general model. So as you can see on the base, I've done two Sons of Horus, just because I wanted to do something a bit different. Other than who I've done before, which are like Ultramarines and Emperor's Children and things like that. I wanted to do something a bit different. So if I spin this round, you can see the dragon skin cape, which is absolutely beautiful, really nice sculpt and things like that. And also, I've also added in the blue on the outside of the wall, because I kind of, obviously smashing through a wall, I wanted to kind of give it that in a city kind of look. So it's quite a darkish blue, bit beaten up, and stuff like that. Also the gun, hammer as well. So I'm going to take a bit closer now. Let's see if I can scale this up a bit. So just slightly right. So as everyone knows, Salamanders are meant to be a really almost black, like charcoal coloured skin, due to the radiation on the planet, also with the red eyes, both of which I've done on the Vulkan model. I actually did manage to get the eyes. You can just make them out there. Actually, if I bring them in a bit closer, so just to give you a bit of a close up of the face, which was fairly simple to do. I did. Now when I do eyes, I will generally do the eyes first, but obviously spray black. So used Mephiston red just to pick out the eyes, and then used Skaven, Blight Dinge and Storm Vermin fur just to highlight the black up, and then a couple washes of null oil just to darken it back down again. So you get this quite nice, almost black charcoal looking skin. But it also takes away adds the shadow in the pits of the eyes if you can get the consistency of the wash right. It sits just on the bottom ridge and really brings the eyes out. So I was quite fortunate with that, and yeah, I think I quite like it. So I was a bit nervy that he'd come out either too grey or I'd just lose the detail completely with doing it. Another thing I did as well was the really nice breastplate design as well, because I've seen people who have done them, done it with golds. I've seen someone do it with silver, I think, as well, and things like this. But I actually really loved how Forge World had done it, because obviously with these are meant to be forges and fire and things like that. And when I was doing this, because of how much detail there is here, like you've actually got the flame coming out of the dragon's mouth up on the edge of the wings, as well as the wing ridges as well. I thought that just looked too much. There's just too much in there, I think, as well as obviously the gold around the rim at the bottom and everything. So I got the idea of doing these as like a dark or like a black marble, so like, well, scorched earth, and I really wanted to go with that kind of theme, and I think it's come out quite nice because it's kind of I think it's made the gold detail for the flames and stuff, I think, pop a bit more, as well as the gold collar that you can see just underneath the raised guard at the front. I've also done the skull in the middle as bone, so it's like a small dragon head that he had fitted. Brooch and all this. Added a small bit of purple wash to the end of the flamer as well, just to give it that effect of burn, or fire feedback, heat resist, yeah, whatever. I also did this on the top as well, the flames just on top there. I decided to go with more of an ornamental fire rather than actual fire, because I didn't see the point. That's just me. So if I raise this just up a bit, so for the hammer I've just kept it fairly simple, but made it look really impressive, or tried to keep it so it looks impressive, I should say, sorry. As well as building up the reds as I normally would do for the dragon skin on there, just so it's a bit different other than adding more greens. All the small panels as well have all been done, so it's almost like the dragon he killed, or the drake, has all been used to make this really fancy details on the armour. Just bring this down a bit. So for the inner line of the cape, I wanted to do like a tanned leather, so it looks like the cape's been treated and was made as a gift for Vulkan. So it's not just a case of, yeah, here's a cape, here's still with the skin and everything on attached. I wanted to make it look really, really cool. So I've added this, which I believe was Sandry dust, and then thrown an Agrat's Earthshade wash over the top, just to kind of bring it back into that earthy look for it, which kind of ties in with the darker greens on the back. You've also got all the detailing on the vanguards as well, which there are some really beautiful bits and pieces in there. Really nice bit of sculpting work. The other bit as well was the red knee pads, which I took inspiration after talking with my good friend Mr. Case, which, if you don't know, is Vulkan's champion, I believe, over on his channel. He did the same with his, and I really like the look of it because it kind of broke up the golds and greens and things like that. And I will quite shamelessly go, I took that kind of idea of that, with obviously the Legion number on the left shoulder pad, left knee pad, even. And yeah, so that's generally been, I suppose, so I'll just give you a bit of a look at that cape. Yeah. And all the piping work underneath there as well. So all in all, I have absolutely loved working this model. As I've said before, Forge World have done an absolutely fantastic job in working this one through. Right, so I was going to talk, see if I could, I'm not going to be able to fit all the Primarchs all in one on the board, unless I'll give it a try, screw it. But if not, it'll just be, I'll do it as like a loyalist thing, and I'll add Mortarion in because he was the last model I did. And so yeah, so I'll be back in a minute, guys. See you in a bit. So here we are again. So here we are, guys. So I actually managed to fit all the other 6 on. So just to give you an idea of sense of scale, the scale in which Vulkan fits in with his brothers. Here he is. So we have Vulkan, obviously Mortarion, Horus, Ferrus Manus, Angron, Lorgar, and then Fulgrim. And then back to Vulkan. Forgot the name now. So as you can see, he's a fairly big character, which compared to Ferrus Manus, as you can see just in the background there, I don't know what it seems, but at the moment the Loyalist Primarchs, apart from Horus, seem to be quite a lot, I suppose, stockier in the size. I guess Mortarion kind of. But anyway, there you go. So there you go, guys. I hope you've enjoyed the vid and things like that. And obviously the next Primarch has now been announced, which of course is Conrad Kurz, and I really can't wait to get hold of him. Such a pretty model, as all of them are. So once again, thank you very much for watching. Thank you so much for subscribing, liking the Facebook page. Thank you for getting in touch to those who have with me on Instagram, and I shall catch you again soon with some Blood Angel stuff, as with everything. So there you go, guys. Thank you again. Catch you later. Stay safe. Cheers.